I covered a story once where a young man was holding people hostage in an apartment building. The place was surrounded by police. And the purpose of me telling this now is because we often say that the narrative of the news we see is controlled by the media. That's true. Sad, but true. It's also controlled by law enforcement and politicians. And here's what I mean. Also, what I'm about to share with you is not a slam in any way, shape, or form on law enforcement. What it is an observation of how one news organization handled the situation. So a young man, angry man, is holding people hostage in a building. Police are called. Everybody goes down there. Onlookers in the neighborhood are watching. Yellow tape is put up, and lots of rubberneckers, as we call them, are behind the yellow tape. I go down to get the story, and I see a face in the crowd that I recognize. It takes me a minute, but I recognize that face as the father of another young man who sometime before had been in almost a similar situation. He was armed, and he was holding people hostage in a building, and police had to shoot him because that young man did not listen or work with police during a negotiation, and police had to act. Here's this father sometime later standing in the crowd of a similar situation, and I approach him and I say, "Why are you here? What's going on?" And he said, "I'm here because I don't want to see that young man lose his life the way my son did." I'm a reporter, I'm a journalist, and I think, oh my God, this is fantastic. How often do you see this? And I say to him, "Can I talk to you on camera? Are you willing to tell me that on camera?" He's like, "Absolutely." The other news stations see me doing this. They don't even recognize this guy. They have no idea what I'm doing. But I get the interview, and I just have one soundbite in my story, and that is of the father saying, "I hope this doesn't go down the same way it did with my son. I hope everybody, including that young man, does the right thing." And that was it. I love this angle. I go back to the station. I write the story. I give it to the news director. He approves it. I edit the story. It hits the air. I go home. This is probably going to be 2 parts. I'm sorry. I wake up the next day. I turn the news on. The station I worked for was a 24-hour news station. I haven't really seen my story, so this is an opportunity to sit down and watch it. So I sit down with my coffee. I'm watching my own story. The father is no longer in the story. I'm sorry. This has got to